Hey, darlings. How you doing? Come on in and say hi to Cher. I'm going to talk about something for a moment. I don't know if many of you noticed, but I deleted a lot of videos out of my channel. Now, I've named this video Human Conditioning because none of us are perfect. None of us. And even though I would like to consider myself perfect, I am far from it. Trust me. There are times I'm very, very strong, and there are times, trust me, Cher is very, very weak. And I had a very weak moment. I want to come out and tell you what happened and why a lot of my videos are gone. All my Christmas and before that are still there, but I don't think you can get those. I think you can only get like 6 unless you download or something. But let's start human conditioning and the things that make us feel good and the things that make us feel bad. Now, have you ever been to a psychic fair? If you have, or if you have not, and it is, wow, emotions are overpowering. You feel in a very, very sacred place. There are hundreds of vendors, some places maybe even thousands, all with their wares all up, and they got their books and their CDs and their candles and their oils and their stones and their rocks and they've got everything there, and they're all buzzing around so happy, and there's balloons and color and just a roar of excitement, all to bring you in, bring you in, bring you in. And it costs sometimes a lot of money to rent these stands for the day. Sometimes a couple hundred, sometimes more. And then they get it all set up and they wait. And you come in and they're like, oh, come, we'll do a reading and buy, give me your money, give me your money, give me your money. Now, over in the corner, you'll find one man sitting with a fold-down card table and 2 fold-down chairs. Way over in the dark corner where he paid $10 for the day, with nothing but a deck of cards in front of him. And you walk past and you look, but all the glitz and the glamour and the balloons and the happy drag you in. And you come out of there 300, 400, 600 short. But you got your little vial of oil and you got your rock. And the rock, that's gonna bring you your love. And a little bit of oil, you put a little bit of that on, and oh my God, the men are going to be chasing you. Now I'm going to tell you, that one man sitting at that card table with nothing but a deck of cards, that's him. That's the one. That's the one. The one that doesn't have the glitz and glamour. The one that's not selling all kinds of shit. And promising you, oh, take this stick, this is a magic wand, this stick, and it'll bring you everything you want for just $29.99. Some of them up to $80. Come, we'll do a reading for you. $150 we'll do a reading. And you can sit here amongst all my treasures. And at the end of the reading, I'll give you a little vial of oil. And you go. And you walk past truth. And what is the truth? Truth is that one man sitting there. That one man sitting and watching. That's wisdom. That is wisdom. Now that's how I was brought up. I was brought up no glitz, no glamour. You only asked for money if you really needed it. But you see, I have a job. I work 9.5 hours a day. I'm away from home for 11, 12 hours a day. And then I come home to be with you. And I find myself sometimes rushing home because there's only a little bit of time I have between making a video and then having a shower and making my lunch for tomorrow and then get to bed. But that's my time with you. Now, I could set up a PayPal account. Even though I'm only 58 strong, I could set up a PayPal account. And I could say, oh, please, please, I didn't work many hours this week. Please help me. And I can play on your sympathy and I can play on your heart. And I could say, give me your money, but not that way. I'd say real sweet. Or hold the balloon. Please, please help me. But I don't. Because I don't want your money. I'm sitting at a card table. I don't want your money. I've got money. I have my own money. Now, when my dad was teaching me, those were the days when you went for a reading and you went into this, you were led into a room and the door would close behind you and you'd sit there. It'd be like a little parlor, like a small room. And the light was yellow. It wasn't white light, it was yellow light. It was dim, it was warm, it was kind of creepy. And you sat there alone and you waited. And then from another doorway walked a person, either a man or a woman. The men were not called tarot readers, they were called warlocks, masters, wizards. And the woman was called the madam, or she was called a witch, or she was called a fortune teller. So not from the same door you came in, but from a different door. They would enter the room. And they would sit down in front of you. And I'm telling you, when they sat in front of you, you never said nothing. You didn't even smile, you just stared at them. Because you felt that, oh my God. That's what you felt. Oh my God. You didn't need the reading. You were wondering in your head, should I get up and run the hell out of here? You didn't need a reading. And this person would speak. And when they spoke, they never said things like, oh, oh, poor dear, oh my God, this is awful, and you've been treated so bad, and no, they didn't. They looked at you and they said, get the hell away from this person. That's what they did. And you know what? The fear went through you so bad that you would actually leave them. You would leave them because you just felt truth. You felt a sword of truth, and it would pierce your heart. And it would hurt. It would burn, and you'd feel that goddamn steel. If you don't feel the steel, fine. You can sit there and you can watch tarot readers until you die. Or you can feel the steel. And you can stand up. And you can sit there and you can listen to someone saying, oh, he's coming back, he's coming back, he's coming back, he's coming back. And you can come to Cher and Cher will say, no, look, I see it right here. Spirit says it, cards say it. No, he's not coming back. He's not. Move on. And if you don't listen, then you'll listen to other tarot readers out there, the fluffies. And they'll say, no, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Months later, months go by. Months of watching tarot readers, watching and waiting and wondering, when is he coming back? When? And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. And the only thing I can say, that's madness. That's madness. All those months have gone by that you've been sitting there believing and waiting and nothing has happened. All those months have gone by when you could have been healed. You could have been with someone else. You could have found true love instead of the one that you're waiting for. You could have found your true love. You could have been happy all those months. Now, 4 days ago, I put out a few videos. Sometimes Cher's brutal, but I always warn you. Always. I always tell you this is not fluffy. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not my training. My training is not to be fluffy. I've been trained to make you feel the steel if you have to feel it, to get you back on your feet, to help you heal. And the only reason Cher makes you feel the steel is because I love you. Because I love you. And I worry about you. And to feed you a lie. Months later, you'd be texting me and say, Cher, how come they're not here yet? It's been 6 months. They're not here. You keep saying they're coming. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. I was telling you lies. Then how would you feel? And so I put these videos out, and Spirit was wild. Spirit was like, let them feel that steel. You gotta let them feel it. You gotta drive that sword deep. Make them feel it. They have to. And I drove the sword deep. And I know sometimes it makes me sound like I'm angry, but I'm not angry. I'm just, God damn it, I just want you to see. I just want you to see. I want you to get well. I just feel so much determination for you. I feel so much potential for you and so much love for you that I want you to get well. And so I let you taste the steel. And when I let you taste the steel, sometimes that's not good. Because you're in a sensitive place or you're in the tower. And that's why I always say, please, don't watch. Go watch Fluffy. Go bounce up in Marshmallow Land and look at the unicorns playing. Don't watch Cher if you're in the tower or if you're feeling all bad and terrible. Don't watch. And so, you watch. And when you watch, you get offended. Human conditioning, you get offended. You get offended even though you've been warned. Now, I lost 2 subscribers. And that hurt because I'm small and I see it. That hurt. I don't want to hurt my subscribers. I don't. I want to get you on your feet. I want to help you. And it might not have even been your reading. So there's more human conditioning. Oh, well, she's talking about me. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I wasn't talking about you. But you got all up in yours. And you left. That bothered me, but not as much as the email that I received. An email, yes. And I've had my taste of my very first, what you call, a troll. And this was one mean, nasty piece of work. Mean, nasty piece of work. And I'm going to tell you, Cher doesn't cast spells, but I did send Spirit out with the sword. You don't talk to me that way. You can tell me I'm full of shit, you can tell me this, you can tell me that, but to tell me that my channel should not be on YouTube because I'm too aggressive, because I like to come out and harm people, No. Get your facts straight. And if you don't like my channel, get the hell out. Don't look at it. Get your facts straight. My channel is geared to heal and to help and to get you back on your feet, not to make you false promises and to sell you shit. I do personal readings for nothing. I come out here and I work on this channel for nothing. I don't ask you for a dime. So how am I mean? Because I tell you the way it is? Well, I'm sorry, that's the way I was brought up. That's the way I was trained. To tell it like it is. I'm the old gypsy that's coming in the other door while you're sitting there waiting for me. I'm the old gypsy that'll scare the shit out of you. Because I'll speak the truth to you. And if I say, oh, well, he's coming back, and he's not coming back, I'll tell you, leave him. Leave him. And if that offends you, then don't watch. And I kept wondering, who are these 2 subscribers and who is this person that's sending me this email? And so I decided, well, first I got all up in mine and I felt bad. Human conditioning. I'm not perfect. I'm not a master. And I got all upset and I thought, oh, they don't care. Nobody gives a shit. And so I deleted a whole bunch of my videos thinking nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit anyway. Why should I give a shit? Nobody else gives a shit. And I got all up in mine because that's human conditioning, right? That's the way we are. I'm far from perfect. I am far from perfect. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to email this person back. And you know what? No such email exists. So this person actually made an email with a fake name to send me a horrifying letter. Horrible, horrible email. And I was still feeling pretty good, pretty bad. And I thought, you know, should I even bother to go back out? And things happen for a reason. And I went to work today and there was this guy there. He's another worker. And he always goes way over there. And I just look over at him and I'll wave and I'll smile. Seems like a nice enough guy, but I didn't know him. Well, today, strange. Today, the boss decided that he shouldn't stand way over there for some reason. And the boss said, I want you to go stand over there by Shar. And he came over and he chummed with me for a couple of hours before he went home. So I had the tarot deck out and he said, what's this? I said, I got a small YouTube channel. And he said, really, what's the name of it? And I told him what the name was and immediately the phone came out. He said, I'm subscribed. So you'll notice I have a new subscriber. That's him, number 58. And I told him what had happened and about the email. He said, oh, you got a troll. I said, yes, I did. I got a troll. But I don't want to call it a troll because everybody calls them trolls. And you know me. I like to have my own way. So you know those little gnome things, G-N-O-M-E, the gnome things that you put out there on your lawn? Well, I don't call them gnomes. I call them gnomes. I like to pronounce the G. So instead of a troll, I'm going to call them gnomes. So I got me a gnome. And he said to me, he said, now, imagine if in the future you went up to 300K. You're 58 now because I just subscribed. He said, what if you go up to 300K? I said, oh, wow. What can I say? He said, you know, he said, you'll get one of those trolls, and maybe 10 of them, every single day. Are you going to shut down your channel every time you get a troll? And I looked at him, and I said, where were you 3 days ago, man? He said, get back out there on that channel. He said, I'll watch. And so I did a small reading for him. Yeah, you got some great things coming, darling. But as I spoke to Spirit, and I don't know who sent that email, but I got a feeling that the 2 subscribers that left, they're not you guys out there. They're not my darlings out there all over the world. They're local. They're friends. They're close to me. They live very near me. Those are the 2 that left. And they left because Shar was busy and didn't have time. Didn't have time to go out and play. And they got all up in theirs and got mad because Shar wouldn't come out to play with them. And they've been very distant ever since. And I know they're the 2 that left. But you know what? I don't care. As long as I have my darlings out there all over the world, then I have the whole world. So that's what's happened. Shar cried, Shar felt bad. It was horrible. And it was my first taste of a gnome. And I'm sure many more gnomes will come. And my new friend that I met today, he said every time you get one of these gnomes, you don't even look at it. You just block it. You're right, my friend. But sometimes you just don't know how to handle the first time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just hurts you. So, buddy out there, girlfriend, I know who you are, girlfriend. Your email that you sent me, oh, you know, karma's a bitch, man. That's all I'm going to say. Karma's a bitch. And as long as I got my darlings out there all over the world, I got everything I could possibly want. And give me your money. Again, Shar doesn't want your money. You keep your money, darlings. You keep it. God love you, darlings. I'll be out tomorrow. I don't have time tonight, but I'll be out tomorrow. We'll get started up again. We'll do a collective. I hope you're all well. And strawberry. Strawberry. My number 1. Okay, darlings. Shar's out of here. I'll see you tomorrow night. Namaste, darlings. Namaste.